Hello viewers, today we're going to talk about the movie called Dangal.
देखो ना भाई साहब कितनी बुरी तरह से मारे हैं सुझा दिया है मार मार के
क्यों मारा?
मैंने ना मारा था।
गीता बबीता ने मारा है। शुरुआत इन्ना करी थी पापा मना कुतिया कह रहा था बबीता ने कमीनी हम ना भी दर्द दो चार।
मैं हमेशा ये सोच के रोता रहा कि छोरा होता तो देश के लिए कुश्ती में गोल्ड लाता।
Dangal is an Indian Hindi language movie starring famous film star of India, Aamir Khan, Sakshi Tanwar, Fatima Sana Shaikh, and others. It's directed by Nitesh Tiwari. He has written the script as well, along with other writers. There are three other writers of this movie, and the film is based on a true story. This film is definitely a sports film, an inspirational story of Phogat sisters, Geeta and Babita Phogat, who earned international medals for India in women's wrestling, and it is another production of Disney as well as UTV and Aamir Khan production jointly produced it. This film is a smash hit in India. It's probably broke all kind of record in Indian box office as well as the foreign box office for Indian film to gather a certain amount of business. Let's talk about the synopsis of the film and then we'll move towards other technical aspects of the film. The film starts with Mahavir Phogat, played by Aamir Khan. He was a national level wrestling champion. He basically has a dream of winning gold medal for his country by himself. He couldn't do it for some reason, and he wants his son to accomplish his dream. By the way, he tried his best to give birth of a son, but that never happened. He gave birth 4 daughters, and he gets depressed, and then someday that he kind of settled with the reality that his dream of his son, or his basically his son winning medal would never happen, and he has to settle with that reality. And then one day there is a neighbor or some person from that locality comes that their boys got bitten by the Mahavir Phogat's girl, and then suddenly Mahavir Phogat sees the opportunity that the goal is gold, whether it's been won by a son or a daughter. So goal will stay as goal, and then he starts to train his girls to achieve what he dreamed for. To start with, his daughter were kind of not really into it, but after some time realizing that daughter of their age are got married, or they were born to serve the man, and their father is thinking something very different for them. At least they're being valued as human being, and they're valued as someone to prove a point in a society where female participation is so rare in sports like wrestling. By the way, the Dangal, the title means in Hindi is wrestling. So, and then the girls got into it, and how they work hard. They started to gradually beating the boys of their local area, and then they get some local championship, local medals, local stuff, local all the prizes, and then they're just transform their form into the state level and the national level, and how they try to achieve it in international arena, and how in the process his father, their father, has to leave them with the national coach, and there is a certain difference of opinion of the tactics of wrestling. To be honest, I was not very familiar with the wrestling rules and the tactics. Thanks to this film, I know a lot better, and I've read more about it. So this is definitely the cause of this film. I love the movie so much. There is in no sense there is the story is very grounded. It never felt like it's something that some other person is portraying the character. It felt like that I'm seeing the real incident. I'm seeing the real person. I have to give the kudos to the director and the writer that have written it in such proficient manner, in a professional manner, that is really hard to see in big banner Bollywood films, because of there are movies in Bollywood, if it's made in big banner, they're basically swayed away from the reality. But this movie stayed with it, and huge credit goes to the character development, the writers, definitely, the screenplay writers, and obviously the director himself. As far as performance is concerned, Aamir Khan is one of the biggest actor or biggest star in India. But this is probably one of the finest performances of Aamir Khan, because it's hard to tell, whether it is the finest. To me, still Lagan is the finest work. But he has always challenged himself, and he has done such great work with this movie. His dedication, he spent 2 years of his life for this movie, transformed his entire physics and in a physical attire. He looked like Mahavir Phogat when he was really bulky. He got fatty, and he gained some weight, and then he lost it, incredibly, and looked like a real wrestler. And kudos to him. It's such a fine, nuanced performance, and his accent is something to be not to be missed. I mean, the accent is of the film is in Haryani, and I know some people from Haryana, and Aamir Khan perfectly grabbed that accent, as well as the performance from the Phogat, the little girls Zara and Suhani, and the bigger girls when they get mature, Fatima and sorry, I can't remember the other girls. And fantastic performance. They've been so vulnerable emotionally. All the four girls, they're the champion of this film. And there is a part played by Sakshi Tanwar as a mother. She is a fantastic actress. There is very little for her to do in this movie, but still she has that impact on the crowd, as at least for me. And the other character that played as a cousin of Phogat's sisters, he was fantastic. I thought he was the surprise package of the film. In terms of criticism, I think the movie is 2 hour 40 minutes long. Still a long movie, but it didn't feel like this because of the entertainment and this humors are coming from the characters. And I must tell you that the background music, especially the songs of the movie, are well done. I'm not a huge supporter of songs in the movie unless it says something or it progressed the movie in the right direction. this movie has it. The lyrics and the music, I believe it's done by Pritham. It's fantastic. I basically love the song that like Dakar and Hanikarak Bapu was fantastically written. Credit goes to the lyricist. I believe it's Amitabh Bhattacharya. Fantastic. I had the chance of seeing it in Vancouver with lots of Indian audience as well as few Canadian audiences. As everyone was on the side because of the climax. It was so the second part of the movie is definitely all about sports, and it was such it was such a movie that you normally expect from a very good sports movie. I've recently reviewed another movie, Queen of Katwe, directed by Miran Nair, and the movie is about chess and a young girl from Uganda in Kampala, and this movie has different sports, different struggle, but it has something in common except the Disney production. It's inspiring. It keeps you edge on your seat. It's exciting. It's fantastic. It's great to see that Bollywood is making men's with such movies, and these sort of movies should be made more with such honest effort and honest performances. And I was glad to see the real Desi wrestling that is still been rare to see in big screen, and such an incredible true story coming from a land where girls are not treated no way equal to the man, and for that, and understanding the struggle of the real Phogat sisters and Mahavir Phogat, I'd really recommend any person who is not familiar with Bollywood films or any kind of Indian film, do see it. It's a must watch. This film will change your notion about a typical Indian Bollywood film. I hope you guys have liked this movie. In terms of technical aspects of the movie, I loved basically every part. Despite being too long, it didn't feel to me it was too long, but still I can understand 2 hours 40 minutes to a non-native Indian would be something of a concern. But believe me, just start to watch, you'll be glued. And other aspects as far as screenplay to the cinematography, to the color of the film, to the background, to the way they have got the accent, the actors' performances, the production value, the blocking and the synchronization of a scene, all done perfectly. I have rarely any complaint with this movie. I'm so glad this is made from India and about Indian women, and based on real story, and it shows the kind of right attitude to the general mass people of India, and for that reason as well, I'm very happy with this movie. I'd highly recommend this movie, and I expect your comments or your views about this movie as well. What was your thought of this movie? If you think something very differently or in the same line with me, please don't hesitate to comment and let me know. And if you like this review, please stay connected with my channel. Thank you.
दंगल दंगल